Hello everyone and welcome to the Green Man channel. Hope you're doing good and well. So it's been a while since I last posted a video on the channel, but more on that another time perhaps, as there are more pressing matters here as I have an album to review. This is the second full-length release from the progressive metal band Iotunn and their album Kinship. And this was released on Friday the 25th of October via Metal Blade Records, and it is 8 tracks and 1 hour and 8 minutes in length. So those of you with reasonably long memories will remember that their debut album, Access All Worlds, was my album of the year back in 2021. So I had high expectations going into this follow-up album, and for those of you wondering if this is a sophomore slump, it almost definitely isn't a sophomore slump. I think that this album is as strong as, and I'm still working out whether I like it the same or whether I even like it more than Access All Worlds. So thematically, this album is different from the first album. The first album, more I would say, looking outwards, a majestic journey across the universe, exploring the universe, and certainly, it was epic sounding and had that feel of a journey across through the stars. But this album is more looking inwardly, I would say. It's more of an examination of human connections and human nature and what that entails, and therefore it's still sort of thematically different, but I would say actually it has a lot of the musical strengths, and there are still quite a few similarities to that first record in the the sort of epic style of songs, the melodic death metal style, the big crescendos, the superb operatic vocals of Jon Aldara, it has to be said. I mean, he is sounding spectacular, if not even better, I think, at times, than he did on Access All Worlds. There's actually a track on here, although I'm not going in detail into the tracks yet, I suppose. There's a track on this album which I think actually shows another side of his vocals, which is more refrained and more of a sort of standard singing style, called Iridescent Way, which is a stunning and profound ballad to be found on this record. So actually, shall we go into the songs a little bit more here, starting with Kinship Elegiac, brave start to an album, having a 14-minute length song to kick off with, although not so unusual in the realms of prog. And this is a superb, I think, song. A little bit of a slow build-up, but the rewards are all to be had as the track progresses, and you notice more interesting motifs as the song goes on, and you get some absolutely stunning, stellar moments as this song reaches its climactic moments towards the end, and proving a bit of a favourite for me on my early listens of this record. Missland as well, I like the marching guitar riff that sets up this one a bit more, I think, and again, more stunning operatic vocal lines from Jon Aldara. Iridescent Way is another track I wanted to shout out. I already have shouted out earlier in the review, so I won't spend too much time on that, but it is just a beautiful lighter track, showing another side of the band that makes me think I wouldn't mind hearing more acoustic style songs from Iotunn. It's so brilliant. We've also got Earth to Sky on here, which is another highlight I specifically want to mention because it's a bit more fiercer and death metal, certainly in its verses, I think, on this song. But you get a sort of momentous and rousing Amorphis-like chorus coming into this song, which I really enjoyed as well. Perhaps one of the more fun tracks and more accessible songs on the entire record for me, this one. The only song which I thought for me slightly outstood its welcome was the anguished ethereal at the end, which was a very long cut, again, rather like kind of, the first track on the album. But for me, it wasn't exactly a safe across the endless night like that song from Access All Worlds, which absolutely blew me away. I was expecting something like that again to be the perfect finish to this album, but this one didn't quite cut it the same for me as Safe Across the Endless Night did on Access All Worlds. So whilst this is an absolutely superb album, the ending was just a tiny bit, I wouldn't say significantly off or anything, but it just left me feeling, oh, maybe they could have ended perhaps on the track before, or, just ended the album perhaps a little sooner than letting it drag. Just a tiny bit long for me, though. It being a prog album, we can usually give that a pass as prog fans. But for me, this is another absolutely sublime release from these guys. It is just fantastic. If they had more albums like this in their locker, I want to be listening to every single release from their discography. The way things are going at the moment, this is a band that are not showing any signs of letting up anytime soon. So I am giving Kinship a 9 out of 10 for this review. Let me know what you guys thought of this release in the comments. Did you enjoy it as much as me? Didn't you enjoy it as much as me? I'm interested to hear, always interested to hear, and constructive criticism and comments. Otherwise, from me, until my next video, which will be a bit sooner than the gap since the last video, I can say that. Until next time from me, it's bye for now.